Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're just constantly putting out fires, tackling the same issue again and again, feeling like you're stuck in an endless loop?
Oh, definitely.
You fix one symptom and then boom, the problem pops up somewhere else. Or maybe it just reappears a few weeks later, sometimes even worse than before.
Absolutely. It's incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, it's not just frustrating, it's a massive drain on your time, your energy, and often, well, your resources too.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And that feeling of being perpetually reactive, of just chasing symptoms. That's exactly what root cause analysis, or RCA, is designed to shatter.
RCA, okay.
Yeah, it's the ultimate sort of systematic approach to getting off that hamster wheel for good. Instead of just patching the immediate issue, RCA forces you to dig deeper, to go beyond the obvious.
Right.
It's all about identifying the underlying causes of a problem or a defect. Like figuring out why you keep catching a cold rather than just, treating the sniffles every time.
That's a great analogy, and that's precisely our mission in this deep dive. Today, we're going to unpack exactly what root cause analysis truly entails. We'll walk you through its practical, step-by-step methodology and reveal why it's such a critical tool for crafting, well, long-lasting solutions and truly fostering continuous improvement.
Exactly. This isn't just theory. It's a pathway to genuine breakthroughs in how you approach challenges.
Okay. So where are we drawing this from? What's our source material look like?
Well, our exploration today draws from a good stack of materials, including guides on how to do a root cause analysis, definitions clarifying what the root cause analysis is, and discussions on why it's important.
Great.
We're going to distill these insights, giving you a clear, actionable understanding of this powerful methodology so you can apply it directly.
Okay, so let's jump right in. The term root cause analysis might sound, I don't know, like just another fancy way of saying fix the problem, right?
Right.
But the research we've examined suggests it's far more profound than just a quick fix. What, in essence, makes RCA so different from just, regular problem solving?
That's a really good question, and it gets right to the heart of it. The materials we looked at define RCA as a systematic process. And that word systematic is really key here for identifying the origin of problems or faults.
The origin.
Yeah, and then determining what precise steps can be taken to solve them effectively. It's highlighted as a fundamental aspect of problem solving, particularly in fields like industrial engineering. But honestly, its principles apply everywhere. But what's truly fascinating here is that the primary objective isn't just to make the problem go away temporarily. It's to pinpoint the underlying cause, or maybe causes. You're not just putting a bandage on a wound, you're figuring out what caused the wound in the first place and making sure it doesn't happen again.
So it's preventative.
Exactly. Once that root cause is addressed, it ensures the problem does not recur. That's the real difference, a commitment to permanence.
Permanent, that's a powerful distinction. So it's not just about stopping the problem now, but preventing it from ever resurfacing. How do the sources suggest we actually achieve that? What's the roadmap they lay out for conducting a genuine RCA?
Well, the materials provide a pretty clear, systematic guide for how you can conduct an RCA. And it all begins with the foundational step: define the problem.
Okay, step one, define it.
Right, and this isn't just saying something's broken. It involves really clearly articulating the issue, gathering some initial data about it, documenting the problem in detail, and understanding its precise impact on the specific process or system it's affecting. So, for example, if your team keeps missing deadlines, defining the problem might mean specifying which deadlines by how much and what kind of impact that's having on the project or the client. You need specifics.
Right, it's about framing the investigation properly. It makes sense. You can't solve a mystery if you don't know exactly what you're looking for.
Precisely.
And once you've got that crystal clear definition, what's next?
Then you move to step 2, collect data. This is where the real detective work kicks in.
Okay, the evidence gathering.
Exactly. The research really emphasizes the importance of gathering detailed, specific information here. Think about the classic who, what, when, where, and how.
Right.
When and where did the problem occur? Who or what was involved? Were there any unique circumstances surrounding it? The more specific, verifiable information you have, the better your chances of identifying the real issue.
It's like gathering all the witness statements, crime scene photos, and forensic evidence before you even start to theorize, isn't it?
That's a perfect analogy.
Skipping this step probably means you're just building solutions on guesswork, which I imagine rarely holds up.
Exactly right. Guesswork is the enemy of good RCA. So with that comprehensive data in hand, you then proceed to step 3, identify possible causes.
Okay, brainstorming time.
Yes, this is a critical brainstorming phase. You consider all potential factors that could have contributed to the problem, no matter how remote they might seem initially.
Right, don't rule anything out yet.
Don't rule anything out. And our materials highlight a couple of incredibly practical tools to help with this step. One is the 5 whys.
Ah, I've heard of this one.
Yeah, it's deceptively simple. You just repeatedly ask why each time an answer is given. So, for example, if a car won't start, why won't the car start? Because the battery is dead.
Okay.
Why is the battery dead? Because the alternator isn't charging it. Why isn't the alternator charging it? Because the alternator belt broke. Why did the belt break? Because it was old and hadn't been replaced.
In scheduled maintenance. Yeah.
Exactly. You keep asking why until you peel back those layers of symptoms and get to something actionable, something fixable, the root.
I love the 5 whys. It's one of those tools that sounds almost too easy, doesn't it? But it's incredibly powerful for getting past those initial obvious answers that are often just symptoms themselves. I remember trying it once with the perpetually messy desk. You know, why is my desk messy? Because there are papers everywhere. Why papers everywhere? Because I don't file them. Why don't I file them? Because I don't have a clear filing system. Why no system? Because I never actually took the time to set one up. Bingo.
Exactly. The root cause wasn't the papers, it was the lack of a system. And often, those root causes are surprisingly simple once you get past the superficial layer.
Yeah.
Another excellent visual tool mentioned for cause identification is the Fishbone diagram, sometimes called an Ishikawa diagram.
Fishbone, okay.
Yeah, it helps categorize potential causes into useful groups, things like manpower, methods, machines, materials, measurement, and environment. It creates a visual map of all the contributing factors.
Ah, so it structures the brainstorming.
Precisely. It prevents you from overlooking entire categories of potential issues and offers a structured approach, which can be really helpful when things feel overwhelming.
That makes a lot of sense, having a structure for all that brainstorming. So once you have this potentially huge list of possible causes, how do you narrow it down? How do you find the real culprits?
Great question. That leads us straight to step 4. Analyze causes.
Okay.
This step isn't about guessing anymore. It involves really investigating those potential causes you identified to determine which ones are most likely the actual root cause.
Right, testing the theories.
Exactly. This might require more data collection, maybe some direct observation, or even specific testing to validate or invalidate your hypotheses. You're essentially testing your theories, much like a scientist would in an experiment.
Okay, so maybe doing some interviews, running simulations, looking at historical data more closely.
All of the above. Whatever it takes to sift through the possibilities and find the evidence.
And that analysis leads to?
It leads to the culmination, step 5. Identify the root cause. This is the breakthrough moment.
The aha moment.
That's it. It's determining that single underlying factor, or maybe a set of interconnected factors, that if you address it properly, will prevent the problem from coming back.
Okay.
It's the linchpin, you know?
Yeah.
The domino that started the whole chain reaction. And it's often not what you initially thought. Sometimes, like in your desk example, it's remarkably simple once you uncover it.
But you have to be careful, right, to distinguish between just a contributing factor and the true root cause.
Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
That distinction is key at this stage. You need that critical thinking.
Okay, so you've had the aha moment, you've identified the root cause, but knowing it isn't the end, is it? That doesn't fix the problem by itself.
Not at all. That brings us to step 6. Develop and implement solutions.
Action time.
Exactly. Once that root cause is crystal clear, you need to develop targeted solutions that directly address it. And these are just band-aids. These are strategic interventions designed to eliminate the root cause, not just paper over the symptoms.
Right, strategic interventions.
And crucially, these solutions must then be implemented. Action is absolutely key here. A brilliant analysis means nothing without effective execution.
Totally. A plan sitting on a shelf doesn't help anyone.
Precisely. And then there's the final, crucial step, step 7. Monitor results.
Don't just walk away.
Definitely not. After implementation, it's vital to monitor the situation closely. Make sure the problem does not recur. And if it does, well, our sources are very clear. You must be prepared to revisit your analysis. Maybe try a different solution. RCA isn't always a one-and-done magic bullet.
It's iterative.
It's an iterative process, exactly. A cycle of continuous learning and improvement. If your first solution doesn't hold, it might mean your initial root cause identification, or perhaps your chosen solution, needs refinement.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. Materials make it clear that RCA isn't just about fixing this one problem, is it? It's about learning from all the problems.
That's a huge part of it.
It provides these valuable insights into how systems actually work, how they can fail, and importantly, how they can be continually improved. It's like building an institutional memory, a library of how things really work around here.
That's a great way to put it.
I wonder, do the sources ever touch on how often the assumed cause turns out to be wrong? Like RCA proves it was something else entirely.
Oh, absolutely. That's a critical point often highlighted in the research we looked at. One fascinating insight is how frequently organizations jump to an obvious, often symptomatic cause, like blaming human error.
Yeah, the easy scapegoat.
Right, only for a proper RCA to reveal a systemic flaw underneath. Maybe a poorly designed interface, maybe insufficient training, or even just a lack of clear procedures.
Ah, so it shifts the focus.
Exactly. It shifts the focus from individual blame towards process improvement, and that fosters a much fairer, more effective learning environment. This learning aspect is paramount, and it connects directly to fostering what's often called a culture of continuous improvement, which is a key principle of things like lean manufacturing and other high-performance environments.
Right.
It fundamentally shifts the mindset from just reacting to problems to proactively understanding and enhancing entire systems.
That shift to proactive thinking sounds huge. It sounds like RCA isn't just about fixing things when they break, but about continually optimizing everything. Are there any common pitfalls people run into when trying to adopt this kind of proactive culture with RCA? Things the research flags?
That's a really good question. And yes, the sources do touch on common pitfalls. A major one is stopping too early in that 5 whys chain we discussed.
Not digging deep enough.
Exactly. People often settle for the first few layers, fix that symptom, and then wonder why the problem pops up again later. They mistake a contributing factor for the true root.
I can see that happening easily.
Another significant hurdle can be a lack of leadership buy-in. Teams might feel empowered to identify root causes, but then they face resistance when trying to implement the systemic solutions, especially ones that require resources or organizational change.
Right, the solutions might challenge the status quo.
They often do. It really underscores that RCA is as much about organizational culture and support as it is about the methodology itself.
So, given all that systematic effort, facing potential pitfalls, dedicating significant time, why do it? What's the real payoff for you, the listener? Why should someone invest this much thought and energy into a problem beyond just making it disappear for a little while?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And our materials outline several really profound impacts of doing RCA effectively. First and foremost, the biggest one. It prevents recurrence.
The end of the loop.
Exactly. By diligently addressing the root cause, you eliminate the factors that led to the problem in the first place. That significantly reduces the likelihood of it coming back. It's just far more effective than temporary symptom treatment, which, as you said earlier, leads to that frustrating game of whack-a-mole.
No more endless whack-a-mole. That sounds like a dream.
It really is.
Yeah.
Secondly, RCA strongly promotes a deeper understanding of processes.
Okay.
It forces you, encourages you, to delve into the details and intricacies of your operations. That leads to a much more comprehensive knowledge of how things really work and where potential weaknesses might be lurking.
Right.
This understanding is invaluable. You move beyond just superficial knowledge to genuine operational insight. And often, it uncovers unexpected dependencies or vulnerabilities you never even knew existed.
That's a massive benefit in itself, just knowing your systems better. And I imagine that deeper understanding must have a direct impact on the bottom line, right?
Absolutely. Which brings us to the third point.
Yeah.
RCA can lead to significant cost savings.
The money angle.
Always important. Addressing a problem at its root is often far more cost-effective in the long run than repeatedly dealing with symptoms. Think about the accumulated costs, repeated repairs, wasted resources, lost productivity due to downtime, even reputational damage from recurring failures.
Yeah, it all adds up.
It really does. Imagine, say, a manufacturing plant where a particular machine keeps breaking down. Initially, they might just keep replacing parts whack-a-mole again.
Right.
But a good root cause analysis might reveal the machine is consistently being overloaded because of an upstream bottleneck in the production line. Or maybe the wrong lubricant is being used. Addressing that bottleneck or changing the lubricant is usually far cheaper than continuous part replacement and all the lost production time. RCA can prevent minor issues from escalating into major problems that result in incredibly costly downtime or repairs. It's an investment that pays significant dividends.
That makes perfect sense. It's like preventing a small leak from becoming a burst pipe, both literally and figuratively.
Well said,
So-
indeed. Furthermore, RCA fosters a proactive culture.
We talked about that shift earlier.
Yes. It encourages teams to actively look for underlying issues and potential improvements, rather than just reacting when problems flare up.
Yeah.
This mindset shift leads to more innovative solutions and more efficient operations.
Right.
It transforms teams into proactive problem solvers instead of just reactive problem fixers. People start to anticipate issues and build resilience into systems rather than just waiting for things to go wrong.
I can really see how that would change the whole dynamic of a team or an organization, moving from stressed and reactive to, well, empowered and strategic.
Definitely. And finally, tying it all together, RCA significantly improves product quality and customer satisfaction.
The end result.
Exactly. By eliminating the root causes of defects or failures, you can genuinely enhance the quality of your products or services. This leads directly to higher customer satisfaction and a stronger market reputation.
Makes sense. A better, more reliable product means happier customers, fewer complaints, a more robust brand.
All direct outcomes of effective RCA.
So what does this all mean for us? Pulling it all together from our dive into these materials, it seems abundantly clear that RCA is a critical, truly vital tool. It offers this proactive, in-depth, and profoundly cost-effective approach to problem solving. And that leads directly to improved operations, enhanced product quality, and ultimately, higher customer satisfaction.
Right.
It's not just about fixing, it's about fundamentally improving, optimizing, and empowering.
To briefly reiterate, root cause analysis is just a powerful systematic framework for truly understanding and solving problems. It helps you move beyond those frustrating surface-level fixes that only offer temporary relief.
Right.
It really empowers you to find lasting solutions and cultivate an environment of continuous improvement.
So we definitely encourage you, the listener, to apply this thinking. Consider a persistent challenge you're facing right now. Maybe it's at work, maybe in a personal project, or even just a daily frustration that keeps popping up. What problem are you still just treating the symptoms of?
And here's a final thought to mull over. By embracing the disciplined curiosity of RCA, that systematic digging, you might uncover a surprisingly simple root cause, one that, once addressed, eliminates the problem entirely.
Wouldn't that be something?
Freeing up your energy, not just for innovative solutions, but maybe for genuinely creative endeavors that move you forward, instead of just holding you back fighting the same old fires.